Hello, Chelsea fans. Welcome back to the Blues Report, and remember to subscribe, then enjoy your news. Let's dive in. The transfer market was once again proving to be a whirlwind of surprises, and Chelsea found themselves in the very centre of it. After a season of mixed fortunes, the London club had been searching for ways to reshape their squad, with a clear ambition to return to the pinnacle of English and European football. While many fans had anticipated quiet adjustments, what unfolded was a dramatic series of events that would alter the very identity of the club's attack. The story began with Nicolas Jackson. The Senegalese striker had only joined Chelsea in the previous campaign, but his spell at Stamford Bridge had been inconsistent. Though he displayed raw pace, clever movement, and the ability to stretch defences, his finishing had come under scrutiny. Critics argued that while he was a player full of promise, Chelsea needed a more reliable figure leading the line if they were to seriously contend for titles. Newcastle United, on the other hand, had been quietly monitoring the situation. With Champions League ambitions and a project centred around growing into one of Europe's elite clubs, Eddie Howe's side identified Jackson as a player who could add dynamism and unpredictability to their front line. When whispers began circulating that Chelsea were open to listening to offers, Newcastle moved swiftly. Talks accelerated, and before long, reports confirmed that the Magpies were closing in on Jackson. It was a bittersweet development for Chelsea supporters. While some admired his work rate, many accepted that moving him on could pave the way for bigger arrivals. And those arrivals were nothing short of sensational. First came the links to Xavi Simons, the Dutch prodigy who had shone brightly at RB Leipzig on loan from Paris Saint-Germain. Known for his dazzling dribbling, vision, and ability to create chances from seemingly impossible situations, Simons had become one of Europe's most sought-after young stars. Chelsea's recruitment team, eager to bring in a versatile playmaker who could thrive across the attacking midfield positions, worked diligently to make the deal possible. Negotiations were complex, given PSG's reluctance to lose such a talent permanently, but Chelsea's persistence and clear project won the day. When the deal was finally sealed, excitement surged through Stamford Bridge. Simon's arrival was not merely about talent, it was a statement. Here was a player with the flair, intelligence, and technical elegance to become the heartbeat of Chelsea's creativity for years to come. But the club was not finished. Almost in parallel, news broke that Chelsea had been making quiet progress in another stunning pursuit. Alejandro Garnacho, the Argentine winger, had burst onto the scene at Manchester United with electrifying pace, fearless runs, and an uncanny ability to change games with moments of brilliance. Still young, raw, and burning with ambition, Garnacho represented both a long-term investment and an immediate injection of quality. The negotiations were dramatic. Manchester United were reluctant to part with one of their brightest prospects, but Chelsea's intent and Garnacho's willingness to embrace a new challenge tipped the balance. For him, the opportunity to be part of a new era at Stamford Bridge was too enticing to turn down. By the time the agreement was finalized, Chelsea fans could hardly believe their fortune. The exit of Jackson to Newcastle now made perfect sense in the larger scheme. While the striker's departure closed one chapter, it allowed Chelsea the financial flexibility and squad space to usher in a new wave of attacking brilliance. Garnacho and Simons were not just signings. They were symbols of a vision, players who could redefine the identity of the club for the next decade. The unveiling of the duo was a spectacle. Simons, calm and articulate, spoke of his excitement to play in the Premier League and his belief in Chelsea's project. Garnacho, fiery and determined, promised to bring energy, passion, and goals to Stamford Bridge. Their arrivals were greeted with thunderous applause from supporters who had long awaited this kind of ambition. In tactical terms, Chelsea's attack suddenly looked transformed. Garnacho's blistering speed down the left, Simons' creativity threading through midfield, and the promise of other young stars in the squad hinted at an electrifying new style of play. For opponents, it was a warning that Chelsea were ready to evolve into something far more dangerous than before. Meanwhile, Jackson's move to Newcastle was portrayed not as a failure, but as a natural progression. The Magpies gained a talented forward eager to prove himself, while Chelsea, in turn, positioned themselves as a hub for Europe's most exciting young stars.